Hello everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. US Central Time, and I have to say, the kids are at school. Steve is off to the post office and work. The house is flipping empty, man. I don't think I've done a stream where there's nobody at the house in like, what, a year and a half? It's weird, but more on that in a minute. Let's go ahead and see who is here. We have Evelyn, hello Evelyn, and Allie and Lucy. Hello Lucy, I saw you in the Discord, so welcome to the Discord. If anybody else is looking to join the Discord, you can type in !Discord in chat, or there is the handy dandy link in the description below. Let's see, Allie, Lucy, Mona, hello, and just found Blue in the kitchen in her treat bag. I left it on the counter by mistake. Boy, did she look happy. I'm guessing I must have missed a story, Allie. Who's Blue? Oh wait, no, Blue's the dog, right? I think I'm missing something. Hi, Dee. Let's see. Lisa, hello. Tanya, hello. Let's see, scroll down. Stephanie, hello. Marie, hello. Della, hello. Sounds good. Have fun at the dermatologist. Let's see. Shannon, good morning. Mimi, hello. Let's see. Alex, hello. Sounds good, Lisa. Scrolling down. Joe. Oh, pop down. There you go. Joe, good morning. Right, Allie? Right? I mean, we've talked many times about the no pants zone here. Is that what's supposed to be happening? Hi, man. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, Blue's her cat. Okay. I got you now. I got you. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so this week, the kids started back at school on Tuesday. I posted a little bit about it in Discord. It was a little emotional. Our youngest hasn't been to school in a year and a half, and he was so young before, he didn't really remember it. So this was kind of like he's gone to school for the first time. So he was kind of quiet yesterday. I think he was just sort of processing it, but nobody came in home with tears or any kind of stories or anything. They're excited to go back today. They crashed last night. But so far so good. Although little Emily said there was a boy in her class who kept coughing. So, you know, that's exciting, but they wore their masks all day. They washed their hands. They had their hand sanitizer, and I think that is all we can ask for. So far so good. I miss them. The house is weirdly quiet and empty. I'm half expecting one of them to burst through that door right now to ask if they can watch one of their TV shows or something, but you know, it's all good. Hi, Corey. Hello, Vicky. So yeah, it's a different kind of time. You know, fingers crossed everything stays healthy, good, and we can keep going at the pace we are going. But enough about me, let's talk about the page. So on last stream, we finished this. We spent 2 hours and we got this all done. And so I was like, well, hot dang, I did not get as much done as I wanted, and I want to be able to move forward with this page. So after we discussed it, we decided the pocket watch, this one, and then because we wanted to do some dishes, so we chose the smaller one. So what I did off stream, I can eat snacks in peace without judgment. I know, right? My coffee is almost done, but yes, and this is a giant Doctor Who mug. So I was able to drink that. But so what I did off stream is I did this portion down here. Now we had this wood part already colored on stream when we did these before, but what I did is I did the background. For this one I used Ergosoft, and I used each of the colors, and I just kind of sketched in kind of a cloud. And then I went darker on the top and lighter to the bottom, and then I blended white over the top to smooth it out. And then I just did, you know, regular standard colors on this one, no fancy blending. On this one up here, I did yellow and green, and I kind of did faded stripes and then blended over the top of that with white. So that's how I did this one. The background on this one, I used the circle maker again, and I did purple circles on top. I used kind of the teal to do teal circles, and I didn't overlap the colors like I did on this one. I tucked the blue circles behind the teal and the purple. Make sure that's in focus. And then I did the little pictures. And oh, and I did the brown frame where I used just 2 colors and then white over the top, and I kept a darker brown line on the left side and in the bottom of all of the frame pieces. And I gotta tell you, I'm so glad I did it, because that would have been an entirely like new stream by itself. It took me all evening last night. And like I said, I think I underestimate how much space is on these just because it's so little, so it takes time. So our goal today is to finish this whole page finally. Hi, Pamela. Reception. I like pets go to the kitchen and they appear too. Oh, that's hilarious. They do. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We have a walk-in pantry. Well, not really a walk-in pantry, but technically I can fit in our pantry. And I may or may not have snuck in there to eat some gluten-free Oreos. And my oldest came up and opened the door and literally caught me with my hand in the Oreo package. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm eating cookies, go away." And then they saw me with two, like, "You get 2 cookies?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm twice as big as you, so I get 2 cookies, you get 1. Because, you know, you have to justify all of it to your kiddos. Anyway, all right, well, let's jump in because I want to finish this today. So we are just gonna start with the pocket watch, all right? How is everybody though? How is everybody? I almost said Joe. Steve is on his way to the post office, so if the mail has been delivered yet today, he's gonna bring that back before he goes to work. So that'll be exciting because I've never opened Happy Mail on stream before, so that'd be nice. Let's see. Come on, the name for me if you want. All right, so for the pocket watch, I'm not gonna do the whole thing gold. We're gonna do the outside gold, this part gold, and then we're gonna do this kind of a white and blue, and then we have all these little things, and then we'll probably have some gold accents on it. Got so many hugs. Oh, yeah, it's so funny. So, you know, the car pickup line takes just forever. I honestly, like, the car pickup line is my least favorite thing. So we went and picked them up though, and they're like, "We thought you forgot us." And we're like, "We're on time. What more do you want from me?" But they had a good day and they wore their masks all day, and it went really well. It went really, really well. I will say though, little Emily is getting old enough now where she's starting, you know, kids are starting to sometimes pick on other kids. And little Emily she's very kind. She's very kind. She can't, "Hello, Patricia. Dude, some house chores while watching and coloring with you in my mind." Oh, sounds good. She is just, she is, what's the word? Like, she's just naturally kind. Like, she doesn't like anybody to feel left out, anybody be mean to anyone. Well, she's known all of the kids in her class for a while, but 2 of the boys apparently were being not so nice to one of the other boys. And so she helped out the boy that was getting picked on, and she invited him to go play a game. But it was just, I was pleased that in one of her first experiences where she experienced bullies, she helped, you know, she took the side of the kid that was getting picked on and helped him to feel better, took him away from the situation, went and played with him. And it was just like, aw, her first experience with bullies, and she's like, you know, showing she has good character, and that just makes me so happy. There you go, Alex. Thanks, Marie. Yeah, I did repainting, a little gray on there, and then I have the sparkle, and then it's kind of hard to see because of the glare, but there's some dots on that one. But yeah, I was very proud of her. You know, you always want to hear that your kid was the one that made somebody feel better, not worse, you know? So I was just like, oh. All right, so we are gonna start with number 77. It just made me very proud. I was a proud mama. And then little Steve, he was just kind of quiet all day, but he's the kind of kid that needs to like kind of process everything. So I think he'll have more fun today. But he specifically wore his Minecraft shirt yesterday because he wanted to make some friends with boys who also like Minecraft. So I thought that was cute. Right, Allie? I know, right, Lucy? That means she's got some, aw, thanks, Alex. You know, she's always been my little rule follower, and it's nice because I don't think I need to worry too much about her as far as school is concerned, you know? So I was just proud. First day, everything's stressful, and she rescues the kiddo, you know, and it was a good lesson in the sense, because the fact of the matter is, as you get older, there are going to be some kids that maybe their parents didn't teach them not to be little bullies or not to be, you know, mean. And I was just like, unfortunately, there are just those kind of people in the world. So the best thing you can do is just be kind and help those when you can. And I was just like, just so proud. Hi, Daniela. Exactly, you're never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. But yeah, anyway, we're all just still adjusting. Little Steve lost his lunchbox yesterday, but thankfully we have a backup, and I'm pretty sure his teacher knows where he left it. But I need to put his name in his lunchbox is what I need to do. Exactly, Dee, exactly. Yeah, we definitely cater to here. This number 49 is she's had somebody before that has like told her they didn't like her boots or something. And so I've told her, especially little Steve, because this is all brand new to him. So I told him, like, you know, if anybody ever picks on you or says they don't like something, says, you know what you do? You don't say mean things back. You're kind to them back. So say, for instance, somebody says, I really don't like your coat, or your coat's stupid. And then I tell them, like, what you say is like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I like your hair. I'm like, so you tell them, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. And then you compliment them on something. And it's honestly, like, bullies are bullies, but it's hard to be mad at someone if they're just constantly being nice to you. I mean, it's hard to be mean. Compassion is a good trait. Yes, absolutely. Shannon, you say, well, I don't like your face. No, Shannon, no, that's not what we say. That's not what we say. Oh, gosh. But, yeah. With school, it's inevitable, so we just gotta hope that they, you know, take the high road. Obviously, I am more of a big sister, right? Yep, exactly, Lucy, exactly. This is number 10, by the way. Okay. All right, let's take 77 again. But that's the big news in our household. How has everybody's week been so far? I know a lot of people are starting school right now, but you know, it's Wednesday, we're halfway there. I had a big work project that I had to work on last night, and I was like, I totally missed Corey's stream. And so after I turned in my project, I hopped on and it's just like, finished streaming 6 minutes ago. And I was like, no. But we got a super busy weekend. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I should be being louder just because nobody's here right now, you know? Doesn't start until a week from today. Ah, okay. Sounds good, Evelyn. All right, so let's use 77 again, and we're gonna do the edge and then the top part here as well. But I'm also excited because this is a good time for UKers and everybody. So this kind of works out, you know, a little bit of UK time, because it's like what, 4 p.m. Isn't 4 p.m. supposed to be like tea time, or is 5 o'clock like tea time? Hello, Steve. Go back August 30th. Yeah, we definitely start a little bit earlier. I know West Coast starts a little bit later, but honestly, with how much school like everybody missed with the pandemic, it's like, because they have to make up those days somewhere, so it's possible. It's completely weird. 1 a.m. here. Oh gosh, yeah, that's late, Marie. Well, thank you for being here. 5 o'clock is top cocktail time, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm gonna run around that naked screaming, I'm alone, I'm alone. The cats would look at me like I'm crazy probably. Oh gosh. You know what's funny though is Annie, you know, she's pretty much grown up during this pandemic and she's used to us being here all the time, but Steve took the kids to school this morning and I was upstairs and I don't think she realized I was there, but they left the house and she was downstairs just like meow, meow. So I'm pretty sure she's got a little bit of separation anxiety, like, cause she loves the kids, like the kids are her favorite people and they were just nowhere to be found. Let's see, crazy how all of them start so different. My kids are having shorter school days, we were told. Really? So like, are you doing half days or are they out at like 1 o'clock? Yeah, 4 p.m., not quite dinner time yet, more like nap time, exactly. Our kiddos go back September 7th here, yeah. 4 p.m. in the UK, time for a cup of tea and a piece of cake here. I love it, Liz. Ooh, now I want cake. Although, you know, it's funny. So Steve and I had to go to the grocery store after we dropped him off at school yesterday, and we were just like, well, let's get him a little treat or something. And so we got those Little Debbie Swiss rolls, which are definitely a treat. We don't usually get those. In fact, I don't know that they've ever had them before, you know, unless they went to like some event where they happened to be handing them out. And so we gave him one after school yesterday, and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this? Right, I know, Annie. Right, yeah, that's my impression of her, because it's not like a meow meow. It's more like she's saying, guys, where did everybody go? She's just, I'm sorry, but if you could hear it, it's like the most pathetic cat meow. Like, I was here, I was upstairs. She was just, the place was quiet. The kids weren't running around, and she's just like, I don't like it. Oh, well, welcome, Dan. Yes, Corey is here. They're shortening their day by 30 minutes to help accommodate teachers, since some kids are still doing online learning and their midweek short is 3 hours. Ah, okay. Yeah, they did not vote to do any kind of form of online learning here. I mean, I don't know how things are going to change. I mean, there were 3 districts in Texas that already had to close. Midland being one of them. But Governor Abbott does not want to do mask mandates or anything, but guess who got COVID? Not me, but Governor Abbott, who swears that masks aren't needed. Not gonna say any more about that, because that's just gonna bring in a whole lot of politics. But I'm just saying, I was frustrated. We're using 48 now. I was frustrated just with the fact that, you know, kids are more susceptible to the Delta variant. And I mean, most of you know, that's why I was feeling kind of anxious about the kids going back to school. So, you know, only time will tell, I suppose. But, you know, all we can do is train them to wash their hands, use their hand sanitizer, wear their mask, and hope for the best. My cat does that if I can't be found. It's a pathetic meow. It is absolutely a pathetic meow. And she was just like so distraught. I'm just like, oh, kitty. Pretty cute, actually. I love that she loves them so much. I have never known a cat that loved small humans so much, because they're usually, you know, always chasing the cat or tugging at the cat or whatever else. The kids are pretty good with it. They know to, you know, read the cat's body language when they've had enough and they need some space. Like whenever the cats are in our room and like on the bed, they know not to bother them, because that's like their safe space. They aren't having them wear masks here, and kids who do get picked. Aww. Yeah, that's what we actually had a conversation about that, because I also wondered if the kids were the only ones wearing masks. We're using number 10 now. Like, I don't want them to give them a hard time. But when I dropped the kids off yesterday, because we had a meet the teacher night, and probably about a quarter of the people there were wearing masks. And I actually have a friend here in town whose kid currently has COVID. Now, she doesn't go to the same school as my kids. But that was just like a little too close to home. So only about a quarter of them were wearing masks at this meet the teacher night. But when I dropped them off yesterday, I'd say about 50-50 between teachers and kids. And I think most of the teachers are vaccinated, but I don't know for sure. But I was relieved when I saw that about half their class was also wearing masks. So still wearing a mask despite the fact that we don't have to at work, and I get some looks as most people aren't bothering here. Yeah, no, we're definitely masking up. Steve, honestly, I know he wears the mask because it makes me more comfortable, number 30. Everybody in his office are vaccinated, but he does still wear the mask for my sake, at least, just because it makes me feel a little bit better. Am I super vigilant with the kids? So obviously it was the first day of school yesterday, and I'm going really light here. I know you can't really see, but it is there. But you know, they were so exhausted, but I kept asking, I'm like, are you feeling okay? Anybody feel cold? And I'm checking their foreheads, and I'm like, Mom, stop. I'm just like, I hate to break it to you, but now that you're back in school, I'm probably going to be checking you for a fever 5 times a day. Oh, Evelyn, I'm so sorry. That's so hard. It's so hard. Ugh. Yeah, I'll just be, you know, it's hard to say when the end of all of this is going to be, but I don't know, one can hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel, in the sense that, you know, we'll have a solution at some point. I mean, do I think it'll ever completely go away? No. But if we could leave, you know, pandemic level, that would be amazing. Right, Lucy? Yeah, my niece is that way, and she had to go get COVID tested because she was potentially exposed. Thankfully, it was negative, but it's all a little nerve-wracking. I was telling Steve though, because I hadn't even thought of it because we're so preoccupied with like COVID and vaccinations and whatnot. But I told Steve, I was like, oh, holy heck, you know, because although COVID is around, that doesn't mean that all the other germs in the world have disappeared. You know, colds and flu and all that kind of stuff is still around. I was just like, oh, we better go get the, gotta remember to get the kids' flu shots this year. Because that's still a thing. That didn't go anywhere. Yeah, Evelyn, I'm so sorry that happened. Gosh, yeah, I just hope there's an end in sight at some point. But anyway, I digress. Nobody wants to come here to talk about COVID, right? That's like being thrown in our faces all the time. So we'll talk about this awesome watch. I like that it's a watch that shows not only the time, but the weather. I mean, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 arms to it. I don't know, does anybody have a pocket watch that also shows the weather? I have a timer that shows the, like the humidity levels. Does that count? In my city, everything's going back to normal yesterday, but we still have to wear masks, sanitize everything, but some people don't want to go back there used to online classes. I probably would have been fine with that if that was an option, but 'twas not. It's a weather watch. I like it. Sounds good, Allie. All the things, this is nerve-wracking. They start in 2 weeks. Mexico City is not a fun place to send kids to school. Oh, yeah, that's got to be rough. Is it a watch or a compass? And hi, Miss Rena. That is a good question. I assume it's a watch because it's got the, and it doesn't have any north, south, east, and west. I'm thinking weather watch. Yeah. Oh, a barometer, maybe. All right, well, we're gonna use this purple, which is number 6. Well, I got some info back from the email from Staedtler, so I'm gonna be putting together, might actually do some filming today before I go pick up the kids from school. Do some filming for the first episode, which will be out in a couple weeks. Oh, that's right, Marie, you guys are still in lockdown. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I was sharpening a gray pencil. I don't even know why I grabbed it. Maybe for some reason my subconscious wants to use gray. All right, we're gonna use number 1, yellow. There we go. Okay, let's grab, this is number 63. There we go, a little bit there. I like that it kind of looks like there's a moon shape on there. Let's also do that same color on what would be this nail. I also pulled out some of my old camera equipment. I want to try and rig a different setup for my camera because right now it's on the tripod, but I have this old backdrop pole where it's got tripods on either side and I almost a blanket because I read Miss Rena's blanket hello. Ah, Steve says it's a barometer. Okay. It's got a pole across, so I want to re-rig the camera so it sits up a little bit more and up a little bit higher too. So we'll see. I've got to see. I'm going to fiddle with that today too. Hi, Jeanette. Yes, Wednesdays for UKers. Wednesdays are always a great time to try and catch the live because I'm usually live in the morning on Wednesdays. So next week on Wednesday, we are going to be live at 8 a.m. because next week will be our week-long stream where I am live every day from Saturday to Sunday at 8 a.m. And then the following week, they will move back to 10 a.m. And from there on out, morning streams will be Wednesday at 10 a.m. I just wonder how you guys can stream and talk nonstop all the way through. It makes me more tired than painting. You know, I like to talk a lot, and I think that serves me well here. I mean, in case you guys can't tell, surprise, surprise, Emily's extroverted. Number 50. There are some times though where chat gets away from me, or because a lot of times when I look up at chat, so like I've got a computer over here, and then I've got my phone up here where I can watch chat on both. So a lot of times I will just glance up. but my instinct is to glance down at the bottom of the chat. So sometimes if something has gone up to the top, that's how I'll miss it sometimes. And I just realized these two things should be blue, and I'm just gonna fix that because that's driving me crazy. So sometimes it's easy for me to miss things, but let's see. Oh, looking forward to your session with Suzanne. Yes, it's gonna be great. That's this weekend. So I will be this time on Saturday at 10 a.m. my time, 4 p.m. her time. I'm gonna be live over on Suzanne's Instagram. Hi, Barbara. Totally not an introvert. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely not an introvert. The funny thing is though, is after being home for so long, let's see, number 20, I feel like I've become an extroverted introvert. So a lot of times the definition of an extrovert is somebody who gets energized by going to see people. Like, that is how I recharge, is by talking with people and interacting with people. I'm using number 10 now. You know, I go out and do something, and when I come back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was so fun. You know, I'm so amped, like that kind of thing. And it's, you know, loads of great fun. But I find more that I feel that after I'm done streaming, because now when I go out places, I'm constantly thinking, you know, about like COVID and, you know, did this person just cough on me and everything else. So I find that I enjoy in-person stuff less. And the stuff like this, where I know I'm safe, you're safe, everybody's safe, and I don't have to think about that. So I find that I am more energized by when I interact with you guys. Like if I come to stream and I've had like kind of a hard day and I'm kind of like, eh. Have you got the Staedtler pastel pencils? No, I don't. I didn't know they made pastel pencils. But when I come here and I'm just like, it's been kind of a, you know, rough day or whatever. By the time I'm done streaming, like my whole attitude has shifted and I'm happier and I feel better and just like everything, because streaming, like, I love it. I love to stream. You guys are amazing and you're so much fun to hang out with. I'm introverted until you get to know me. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna use the gold Sparkle Pop, and that was the green Sleechy metallic gel pen that I just used. Just adding some little gold bits going over her dots here. There we go. Oh, thanks, Patricia. It is nice to hear though, because some people are like, oh my gosh, you talk too much. And I'm like, it's a color in chat. So I started putting in the description that it is a color in chat. But for those of you who are new today and don't know, starting in a couple weeks, I'm starting a new segment where I'm calling it Let's Talk. I'm gonna turn this here, where we're gonna talk about everything from techniques to pencils, interviews with colorists and people in the community, loads of different things. And those are going to be 20 to 30 minute pre-recorded that are gonna go live on Saturdays. So our regular streaming schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday and Friday is 8:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And Wednesdays are going to be at 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time. And then on the weekends, I will post one of the Let's Talk segments. So, I mean, there'll be plenty of content going, but the nice thing is it gives everybody a chance to watch it at their own time, you know? My favorites to listen to, I love all the laughing and silliness. Oh, there is lots of it. There is absolutely lots of it. Total introvert, live social situations. Oh, live social situations exhaust you. Just getting some water here. Hi, Ams, good morning. Plus, you know, the back and forth with you guys is just so much fun. Okay, so that's the barometer. If you want, you could go ahead and put like a white highlight on here. I'm not gonna bother with it right now because this gel pen is very wet. And because the background is so light, I don't know how much a white like reflection line would actually show up. So I'm gonna leave that for now. I mean, we could maybe we can do it without touching the, let's see, what side? That's a 1. Do we want a 1? Yeah, we want a 1. Let's see, get that going. Let's see if we can put one here. It's just so light on the background. I don't know how much it would stand out, but I imagine that this has a sort of glass cover on. You can't really see it. Oh well, it's a pretty light background. You can see it more in real life, but. All right, now we're gonna shift down to this one, which I've actually been looking forward to this one. Been throwing them on while I sort pencils. I like that. First week of school is going all right so far. They're still kind of taking things in, but no major disasters yet, and they're both doing well, so I'm excited. Always seem to be on the subject of food. You know, speaking of food. Looks like in the florist shop. Yeah, a little bit. Challenge this weekend, coloring with the left hand. Right, Barbara? It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, this weekend's gonna be awesome. So we have Suzanne in the morning, well, my time in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'll be over on Tammy's where we're gonna color with our non-dominant hand. It's gonna be hilarious. Now, my go-to breakfast lately has been, I think I'm gonna wait, well, let's see, hang on, my brain's all over the place. Trying to think, because the color that I do the ribbons and the thread will be based on what I do for the background. And I've been trying to keep the background balanced so that I don't have too many of the same colors next to each other. So I think I want to do a little bit of a brownish background, kind of like we did here. And then this one's going to be a blue. So maybe we will do the background first so that we can match all of the colors to it. Did I bring my son to my appointment? The doctor's 20 minutes behind. Oh, Melissa. Well, hopefully once you get there, it'll get going a little bit faster. But my go-to has been, Glutino makes a really good gluten-free English muffin. So I like to make that. And for those of you in the US, an English muffin is a little bit different, but basically it's just kind of spongy, not quite like a scone, because I think it's made out of cornmeal, but it's this kind of spongy biscuit of sorts, and I put butter and jam on it, and then I have a pear, and I've been eating like little pieces of Parmesan cheese and smoked Gouda. So I have like this English muffin fruit and cheese thing for breakfast, and I've been loving it. Thanks, Angela. And hello. Opening naps, yeah, that would be good. Okay, so we're gonna start with 76, and we're gonna go kind of light because we do have a brown frame. So we are just gonna kind of start out light. And this one's just gonna be a standard kind of gradient background. I'm not gonna do a solid background, but I'm not gonna do anything too fancy on it either, because I tried to balance kind of like we got circles here, stripes here, circles down here, and like cloud shapes here. So we're gonna do a savory muffin. Love that with eggs and salmon. Yes. Delicious, but requires surgery to get out of the toaster, right? A little bit. Actually, when I heat up corn tortillas sometimes, if I don't want to like turn on the oven to warm them up, I'll put them in the toaster briefly, but it's always, you know, hit or miss whether or not it'll fold over and curl down. So sometimes I have to unplug the toaster, and I have these plastic tongs that I'll pull it out of. I was getting it out the other day and Steve was looking at me like, gotta make sure that's unplugged, right? I'm like, yes. Lately, if I eat anything, I eat popcorn for breakfast. That is a totally valid life choice. I like popcorn. So we usually get the kids like an organic brand popcorn that doesn't have any of the butter flavoring on it. It's just like salted. And then if we want to do butter, we'll add our own butter. So that's the kind of popcorn they're used to. Well, at the Meet the Teacher night, the kids got to take home some treats, you know, prepackaged treats or whatever. And one of the things was a bag of popcorn. Well, it was this, you know, buttery made popcorn, and they had it. They're like, it's so good. And it's like, well, of course it's good, but that's, you know, beside the point. Sounds good, Patricia. Thanks for being here. I had to go start some coffee. Yes, I finished the last of my coffee right when stream started. I get the fork and tell the kids I'm gonna electrocute myself. Yeah, I try to avoid metal objects in the toaster, just as a general rule. You know, I don't need a new hairstyle. Hi, Stephanie, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Elm, welcome. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I do my best not to stick, you know, forks and, you know, metal electrical things. Sounds good, Jamie, thanks. Well, and this particular stream is kind of split up. We started this page way back before Worlds of Wonder release, because we were working on this page, and then I got the book in the mail, and I was just like, hold everything, we need to color Worlds of Wonder. We never went back to it. Well, I had a number of DMs that was asking if we were ever going to come back to it, and so I was just like, you know what, let's do it. So everything's been done on stream except for this background, this square, and this square, mostly because that would have taken me an entirely other stream, and I really don't want to have like 12 gajillion parts to this one. So we are on part 7 now, but we should finish it up today, and then Friday Friday, it's actually going to be a Steve stream. So for those of you that don't know, Steve is my husband, and it has been requested that he do a coloring stream. So he is going to color one of my more recent pages, which is available over on my Etsy store. Maybe we'll do some giveaways that night for the page. But he's going to color that one live on stream, so that should be fun. He's preparing some stories. What's done? Oh, your coffee. It's not done yet. My boyfriend almost put tin foil in the microwave once. Luckily, I checked. Oh, he almost put tin foil in it? Yes, requested and paid for. Absolutely. Alex, I am using number 76 right now. 76. Yes, so Steve will be live Friday. And then come Sunday, we'll be live again because we're going to be live for an entire week. And I will be announcing what we're coloring then, because I have not decided yet. I need to look through some pages in the new books that Ev sent, and I'm thinking that we'll choose a page from there. But I will keep you all posted and let you all know this weekend what we're going to be coloring. If not sooner. If not sooner. I need to get this pencil hold down. I hold it like a kindergarten this time. Yeah, so if it's shorter, I will support it at the base of my hand. It's the same thing if I'm using because this one's even shorter. If I'm using something like this, the end goes in my palm. But otherwise, I always usually hold it generally like that. Plus, if you've got a nice grip on the pencil and you're not holding it too hard, it makes it, a lot of people sometimes have wrist issues or their hand hurts after a while. So the lighter you hold a pencil, the less your hand is gonna hurt. Did that with Pop-Tarts when I was younger. Smell horrible, oh no. Katrina says, Emily, do you ever have issues with the circle maker you use for the bubbles? I tried using the dots to draw bigger circles, but I find I try to use the ones toward the center, it won't spin. Yes, absolutely, Miss Rena. So I don't generally use the dots because I get frustrated. If I'm going to make a circle any bigger than one of these, I actually go ahead and cut it. I might use this to, oh, hang on. I gotta turn off my work notifications here. Just realized they went on. If I ever use this, a lot of times, I actually have a circle cutter. Because if I use this, I use it for stencils. And so if I need a larger stencil, I like to use this handy dandy deal. The circles on the inside, I too get frustrated because here's the thing. These work great for the circles, but do you see how this slides just a little bit? So what that's gonna do is that's gonna throw off your circle when you're doing it. So yeah, I actually don't use the smaller holes in it. If I need to make a larger one, sometimes I'll trace the outside of it, or I'll use a compass, or I'll use this, which I got at Hobby Lobby. It's made by Fiskars, which is a brand that is known for its scissors and its cutting tools and all that kind of stuff. And basically on the side here, do you see these numbers here? So you reposition this for the number that you want. Where's the, oh yeah, okay. So this little thing, this loosens, so you twist this out, and then you adjust this for the size of circle that you want. The blade is here. So let's put it on 4. We tighten it. Make sure that you have a cutting mat or something underneath, because you can cut your table service, because I mean the blade is just pointing directly down towards it, So what you do, hang on, put my headphones back on. This is a extra piece of, whoa, that's bright, scrap paper that I've got here. There we go. All right, so what I do is, it's got this handy thing here. You press down pretty hard because you don't want it to slide. And then you just turn this like so. You can always tape down your paper if you need to. This is a pretty thick piece of paper. This is a scrap of Nina paper here. So when you go around, once you no longer hear it cutting the paper, like I said, normally I just okay, it's moving too much to give a good cut, but you get the idea. So you can see how it's cut it here. But you need to make sure it goes all the way through. This is a really thick piece of paper, so it was struggling and it was twisting, but you get the idea. So generally I will make my own stencils if I need something bigger than the ones that come on it. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'll be right back, chat. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, that's what I do for larger circles, but mostly, yes, cuts paper. Mostly I use it for these larger circles here. Let's see what I missed. Just got the notification that Shannon was live from yesterday, and Corey and Tammy were going live from yesterday, right? I'll have to get one of those. They have self-healing cutting mats, a lot of Fisker stuff for quilting. Yeah, so this is a self-healing cutting mat, but this one is from Arteza. I did a review on this one. No, the inner dots are so hard. The inner dots are hard, yeah. Unless I'm like using like the outside one where it slides easily, I don't bother with the tiny inner dots. First started I called it my death grip on the pencil. It took me a little while. I found doing swatch sheets helps a lot. Yeah, Shannon holds her pencils really well too. So if you ever want a good example of how to hold your pencils, watch Shannon's streams. There we go. All right. And it looks like there wasn't anything in the P.O. box today, so we'll have to save Happy Mail for Friday. Okay, so we're just lightly using that brown here. I'm trying to think, I think we might use a little bit of pink too. So let's grab number 25. It's also pretty teeny tiny, so we're gonna make sure that's in the pencil extender. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Sarah. She does. She has very pretty hands. Is 25? No, that's not 25. Where is my teeny tiny 25? Oh, it's over here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna use number 25 now. And I know a lot of people, they struggle with finding a good pencil extender because they say they're uncomfortable. So for me, this one obviously would be uncomfortable if I held it here. So that's where also learning to hold it further back helps if you are using a pencil extender. Let's see if I've got one of the other ones here. Well, I don't have one of the other metal ones, but the other one has like a twist top on it, so it can be uncomfortable if you hold a pencil extender here, but if you hold it back, it's not as bad. I haven't ever done a swatch sheet, but I printed one out last night from Emily's site. Oh, awesome, Anns. Yeah, mine are pretty straightforward. I make them in Excel. Some of them are color orders that I've come up with by myself, but for the most part, I copy what is listed on the tins. But, you know, like for instance, the Black Widows, I kind of made 144, ordered my own, but with Black Widow coming out with a new set, I'm probably gonna have to redo it. I have a lot now working on some that have the circles on the side so you can hold it closer to things compare. Oh, that's nice. Oh, sounds good, Evelyn. Sounds good. All right. So we're just using 25. We're going lightly. I don't want a super dark background. We're probably gonna fill in the whole thing here lightly with the pink, and then we're gonna go over the back again with the darker brown. Thank you again for that, Ev. I'm super excited to see what's in the box. You're awesome. I love Happy Mail. All right. Aw, thanks, Lisa. It's because you're awesome, Ev. Is there a tutorial on how to color lighted candles, chandeliers, and lights in general? Not one that is specific. I mean, not for mine. I'm sure that like probably Color with Claire has done one. But what I can do is, now that I'm starting the Let's Talk segments, I'm doing smaller, very specific things. So I could add that to the list of things we want to cover. So, you know, like how to color how to color light sources, basically. I mean, I've colored light sources on stream, but I've never done one specifically on this is how you color it. I've more like, oh, we're gonna add some light here and we're gonna use yellow and ta-da! Right, Corey, isn't she? All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab number 76 again. So I'm still watching SG1. I'm on season 3. And I have to say, like the first season was kind of meh, but I'm actually enjoying it. Like there have been episodes where like something has happened and I legitimately don't know how they're going to get out of the situation they're in. Like it's not, like obviously I know that, you know, the characters for the most part are probably gonna be fine, but how they get to that fine stage, it's been fairly unpredictable, and I've been enjoying that. I was surprised how much I've been enjoying it. Okay, cool. I'll actually write that down. We're gonna do light tutorial. It's on the sticky note now, and I will add it to the whiteboard for subjects. I'm coloring jars too. Maybe. Only because like I've colored glass. I definitely do. You know who is really good at coloring glass? Shell Arty. She did a page of some like bottles and there were some broken bottles. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. Shell is so good at coloring glass. Like it's ridiculous. Reflective objects. Yeah, I wouldn't say the reflective objects are my strong point, and I definitely don't want to do, I don't want to say, yeah, I can do that when I want to be able to teach you and then have it be something that you can kind of take home with you and you know, be able to replicate it to actually have learned something. And I don't know that my skills in glass are as good, because a lot of times there are some artists that just have an eye and know where the reflections naturally should fall. And for me, a lot of my reflections are a lot of the same kind of reflections. They're not exactly reflective base, if that makes sense. Definitely, Lisa. Yeah, Shell is so good at it. And I'm trying to think if Lisa Matronkin has glass. I know that, see, Jennifer Zimmerman has done some, I think, crystals, which kind of have the same kind of idea. Skin and hair. I'm okay at skin. I feel so much better. I feel much more confident about my skin than I did years ago, especially if I'm using Copics. The Pirate Girl, yeah, definitely. I can't see reflections to save my life. Yeah, so for me, I've never really done a whole lot of hyper realisticness. It's definitely not my style. I do struggle with it a little bit. Something like, for me, I go for just, you know, pleasing to the eye. I want the eye to be able to travel around the whole page, but hyperrealism is never something that I have entirely mastered. And I've kind of just come to accept that's a different kind of artist. You know, like there are some people that are just like immensely skilled at just knowing naturally where those reflections are. So like I said, I never want to seem, if I teach you all anything, I want it to be something that I genuinely feel is something to be learned. I never want to be like, oh yeah, this is how you do it, and just kind of fake my way through it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I don't feel comfortable, like not comfortable, if I don't feel confident enough to think that this is a skill that I could impart to you, you know? Oh yeah, she's in here too. Barbara, or at least I saw her name earlier. I don't know if you're still here. Barbara, do you know of anybody, or do you have any glass or skin tone tutorials? Episode on styles. Like I rarely color a page like Johanna. I do a lot of realistic books like the Potter and Doctor Who ones. Oh gosh, I love the Johanna ones, man. That one I certainly feel confident in imparting. Yeah, Jennifer does gems really nicely. Yeah, so there is gonna be a color theory one, Marie, and I'm gonna go over color combinations and all of that. I did a plain Elizabeth flower with my Tombow using the bullet, and it worked quite well. Oh, Miss Rena, I'm so excited. I'm so glad for you. I've actually seen a lot of people that have followed the, I'm using just the white Prismacolor, by the way. I'm smooshing the Staedtler. I'm just kind of using it to smooth it out a little bit. But yeah, I've seen a few people try the the pointillism, and that's super exciting for me. It's nice to be able to kind of inspire a new technique. All right, so we're just using the white to kind of, basically I'm just using it not to blend, but just to kind of smooth it out a little bit, burnish it a bit. So I am pressing a little bit hard. There we go. So it comes out as kind of a light, kind of warm, brownish, rather than kind of the yellowish brown background. Okay, sounds good, Evelyn. Can't wait for more color theory. Catherine, hello, Miss Catherine, thank you. Get some exclamation point hype in chat, or if you are a member, you can use those handy dandy emotes. Thank you, Catherine, you're so sweet. Just popping in here at that. I need color theory, how to pick your color based on a palette. I have 500 palettes saved on Pinterest, but when I go to use it, I can't match the colors. No, that's fair. Jennifer Bliss does awesome gems. She does, yes. And that's Coloring Bliss? It's not Coloring with Bliss. I believe her name of her channel is Coloring Bliss. Right, Corey? Catherine is amazing. Thank you so much, Catherine. All right, we're gonna use just a little bit of 76 here just to define the edge of the background, just a little bit. Yeah, her name is Jennifer Stays? Is that her last name? Can't remember, but yeah, Coloring Bliss, I believe is it. Ah, Stay, thank you, not Stay, Stay, but hey, I was close, woohoo! So I'm awful with names, I'm actually proud of myself, I remembered that. Okay, sometimes if I'm in another stream and I hear what people are going by rather than their screen name, I tell Steve, I'm like, Steve, remind me that this is the name they go by, not, you know, such and such a thing. Ah, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. I didn't drop it at all. Nothing got dropped. Nothing. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and use number 35. But yeah, I'm excited to start putting those out. Evelyn! Love your work. You are so sweet, Evelyn.
Love your work.
Exclamation point hype for Evelyn with those handy dandy hype emotes. A whole gray mandala. Yeah, monotone is impressive. Evelyn, thank you so much. You're amazing. You know, as a whole, this community is just so amazing and supportive, and like, you all just give me warm fuzzies. Thank you, Evelyn. And thank you again, Catherine. Seriously, you guys are amazing. I'm not kidding. Like, if I'm ever having a down day, I need to just come stream and you all just put me in such a good mood because you're all just so amazing and just awesome. Thank you. Hi, Tara Lynn. I love warm fuzzies. Well, you are good at doling out the warm fuzzies, Evelyn. I love how surprised Sarah was the other day when she was getting to, yeah, when she was getting the super chats. Well, to be fair, it was her first live stream, but I think it went pretty well. I think it went pretty well. I'll be curious to see if she enjoyed it enough that she wants to keep doing lives. Okay. We're just using, this is kind of like that blue-green color. Right, Lisa? Oh, thanks, Brandy. Yeah, I definitely get a rainbowy color palette when I use the Ergosofts, for sure. Like, you want to do something like pastel-y and rainbowy? Use this one up. Oh, did she? I'll have to take a look at it. Evelyn, it was Sarah Renee Clark. I was calling her Melissa Clark the other day, but there is a Melissa Clark like in these chats, and so that was mildly confusing. But yeah, Sarah Renee Clark, she's got a YouTube channel where she mostly does uploads. So this was her first live. I want to say it averaged around 200 people in her chat, so it was pretty good. It was active. She had a handful of trolls, but she said next time she's gonna have mods and everything ready. So yeah, it's real good. So you would love to see how to do single color pictures, monotone. Is that the right word? Yes. And actually, I really like those. I did this one off stream, but I would totally be down for something like that. Earlier on, I'm trying to find, where did I put, oh, here it is. Earlier on, way back in the day, I did a page in Enchanted Forest, all using Tuscan Red and the Prismacolor blender pencil. Now in hindsight, I'm wishing I would have done that with like the Caran d'Ache blender, but I didn't know much about the Caran d'Ache blender then. Your blue one you did? Oh yes, yeah, those monotone ones are great. Oh nice, Lucy, you'll love them. But in here, using just a graphite pencil, I did the camel, all in monotone. And you have to keep in mind that whatever you're using, you're probably going to use up a fair amount. But yes, I love the monotone, so we could totally do that. Oof, cutting out these new style swatches are going to kill my hands. I might have to try my blade and maybe my circle template. There you go. All right, so let's see. This part here, oh wait. First I need to zoom back in. That would be helpful. Have fun, Steve. Steve is at the office today. Seriously, it's just me and the cats here. It's so weird. Okay. Then let's use a little bit of our blue. Thanks, Dee. All right, now we're gonna use number 37 real lightly because I do want there to be a difference between these two blues. So we're just gonna go super light. But we are gonna use kind of a magenta on this also because I wanna add a little bit of depth to it. Okay. Actually, they're so much fun. They're so much fun. You know what the Ergosofts did for me? It helped train me out of Prismacolors and into harder leaded pencil. Now these are technically a wax-based pencil. They're not oil-based, but they do have a harder lead. That is true, Catherine. I am at my office too. Like literally, I have an office now and it's amazing. Hi, Ruthie. But yeah, I love them so much. All right, so I'm gonna use number 61. Ooh, it just barely shows up on there. You'd think I'd have all these numbers memorized. I have some of them memorized, not all of them. Ooh, ooh, almost dropped the white Prismacolor. All right, so I wanna put a little bit of this kind of darker magenta here. Actually, since I'm getting ready to film the first episode, I was going through my Ergosofts just to see if I had like a whole unused set, and I realized the color that I use the most in the Ergosofts is actually this one, number 38. This is like one of my favorite greens because it's a real like dark green, but it's like a kind of a cool green. But that one is the one I discovered that I use the most because it's the only one that I don't have extra of right now. So sometimes I make my color choices based on how much I have left of that pencil. So I don't use it up all super fast. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit there. Same thing here. We're gonna go over with that teal again. Where'd it go? Here it is, number 35. He is a super duper fantabulous, most handsomest hubby in the whole wide world. Ooh, nice, Brandy. All right, so number 35. I ground my coffee this morning, but that's because I get my coffee beans off Amazon. So I need to grind them when I make my coffee. But I don't grind it like every time I make coffee. I like grind a bunch. I have like one of those airtight like aluminum, not aluminum, but you know, little canisters with the little vacuum seal lid. So I'll like grind a bunch and store it in there. All right, Riggs just waiting to lay his belly up in the sun. Aw, Riggsy. All right, 73. Sounds like Paul, like he just lays around the house with his belly in the air. That's the other thing, is the cats aren't even gonna come in here and bug me just because it's middle of the day. They're all snoozing away. All right, let's do these other little threads down here. And let's do, because I'm gonna wanna use some gel pen on these for this little part that's hanging down. So let's do pink. Let's do pink for this thread here. Okay. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna use number 25. Is there a command for your wish list? I thought someone posted it here once. I don't see it. Well, there is one there's a link for it in the description below. I don't know that I have a command for my wish list. Do I? Maybe I should make one. I don't know. If I did, I probably would have made it something like exclamation point wish list, but I don't know if that's it. Hang on, I'm just gonna go to the bottom of the list of, let's see, exclamation point. Huh, no, I don't have a command for my wish list, but it is in the description below under the support portion. Right, Marie? I definitely feel like even if they weren't to make a bigger set, I feel like they could trade out some of the colors. So like I pulled out, let's see, because they come in like 12, 24, and 36. So I pulled out these ones because somebody had sent me a set a few months ago. Well, no, not a few, probably like 6 months ago or so. More greens and purples. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Okay, this one is a good example of what it has in it. The only one missing from this is this one here. This is the dark green. So these are all of their colors. So in my opinion, they could get rid of like this, because these two oranges are really similar. And I feel like it doesn't, they're probably the ones that I use the least. So I could probably get rid of this one, honestly. They could probably get rid of this one. I mean, it's okay. It looks like it would be lighter than the others, but honestly, they're so similar. And these two blues are incredibly similar. So they could probably get rid of this blue, this orange, and maybe even this red. This is their red. This is kind of, this one's okay. They could probably get rid of that one too, if I'm being perfectly honest. And if they got rid of these four, then they could give us like a nice kind of really light tan color, more purples, and I mean, the greens are okay. But I definitely feel like there are some pencils that they could choose better colors on. But like I said, I'll go in deeper on this when I do the other one. Yeah, they're very similar. So like this one here, you can tell I've like grabbed as I've needed things or I've switched things out. So like as I use up these teeny tiny ones, I try to replace them with my other short ones so that I can use them up in time. But there are some sets, you know, they do sell open stock on Cult Pens, but you know, if I wanted to do that, I would need to place a big order. Just, you know, I don't want to spend a bunch on shipping when the amount that I'd spend on shipping could cover the cost of like a whole new set of them. But who knows, maybe I would just be better off like purchasing like, where's the, oh wait, I put my green, I put my favorite green away. You know, that green, like 15 of them, you know, and just stock up on the green that I know I like. And then also there's this number, oh no, that's not it. Number 77, oh, this one here, this really dark brown. So this one right here, number 77. I would just stock up on that because there are some, thank you, Evelyn. There are some colors I definitely like more than others, and then that makes it so you can only get them when you buy the whole set. Okay, let's see. We were about to use, yeah, a darker red. A real red would be good. I have a number of pencil cases on there, just in various sizes, and a lot of times it's like, yeah, it's on my wish list here too, but it's like I want to remember something from somebody's stream. So like while the stream's going, I'll go to Amazon, I'll pull it up and I'll just like put it there so I don't forget about the fact that I want to try it. And so it's like, all right, that's good. All right, so that was 25. And then we're gonna use 73. And then let's do a green thread. So let's use 38. That's a little dark. Let's lighten that up a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I really like this green because it's dark, like really cool green. That's also another reason though why I use the hand sharpener on these, because I want to be really careful that I don't sharpen them any more than I need to because I don't want to eat them up. Commission a pencil pack with lots of greens for her books, right? Well, I know that when she sent out, so she doesn't have a thing with Castle Arts, but what she did send out when when she sent out the promo books for Worlds of Wonder. All of the bloggers and influencers and whatever else that got the books, she sent out the botanical set of the castle arts, which has a few of them, but I think botanical was a good set for her to send out just because it is, you know, Worlds of Wonder. Honestly, I'm excited about her new book that's supposed to come out in October. I think it's gonna be real good. Hang on, getting a sip of water here. Go. Oh, that's so bright. Look at that. Well, it'll be fine once we zoom in. There we go. But yeah, kind of like, what was it? Color with Claire put together her own color palette for like, what was it? A set of markers or a set of pencils or something through Colt Pens. Like something like that would be really cool. I mean, I know that Johanna was a spokesperson for Staedtler for a while and their pencils, because I think I still have one of the empty cases of when she had her face on them, but, what is she? Is she? I don't think she's a spokesperson for any particular pencil now. Yes, Dee, there is. Let's see, do I have the link in the description below for that one? What is the name of that one? I feel like I would have had the link for it. Hang on, that one is, let's see, Johanna Bassford, here we go. 30 Days of Creativity is what it is. I don't know that I have a command for that yet. They went on sale after your skin tone review video? Oh, the Everblend Artisas. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. Oh, awesome. Got those as a gift. I like them too. My Ergosofts have a special place in my heart. I love the Ergosofts. I can't use my pack Ergosoft with Johanna on the pack. Wait, you can't use it? How come? Oh, that's awesome that they went on sale. That's exciting. I love sales. Sales are so much fun. You know, and I got that link. Shannon, I'm sorry. I should have. I was doing your job again. I get one track thought. I'm sorry, Shannon. Please don't be mad. All right, number 11. I do it without thinking. Well, I'm sorry, Shannon. I'm sorry. All right, number 10. And then let's do 73. Oh, you just want to keep me? Keep the oh, you want to keep them new. I don't even know that the one that I have for Johanna is the 36. The one that I have that has her picture on it. Oh no, wait, I've got it. So, like I said, I have my favorite colors, but I've had to purchase new packs when I've run out of certain colors. I'll just be sitting over here. I'm sorry, Shannon. I love you. I'm sorry. So like I've got this old 12 pack that I've had for ages. I don't remember when I got this one. But so that's got some of them here. You know what I should do, honestly? I should get a larger case. And then just put all of the duplicates together so that I can actually like use them up. Just for that. Thanks, Shannon. So like here's a smaller 24 set. I think this was actually one of the first ones that I got. So this is a smaller one, but you can see like the colors that I don't use very often are ones that I have duplicates of. But like this one, that's number 5. That's not even, so the dark green and the light purple and that number 77 brown only come in the larger set. So it's like even if you purchase a smaller set, you're not getting some of the colors, which honestly I think are integral to the set. So this one has Johanna's face on it, and then this one's actually kind of bent, but this is a 36. Like I said, they're well-loved pencils. I don't even know how many I have total of them. That one's got a broken lid. This one's been tossed around quite a bit. But you can see, you know, like I've got another 10 over here. So I just go into whatever case I have and grab a replacement for the one that I need. I love it, Shannon. I just did my last page with Ergosofts. Yes, I love them. I think people tend to not think about them just because A, even though they're wax, they're a harder leaded pencil, and B, it's a small set. But honestly, like I like the small sets sometimes because it just makes it easier. You don't have to think too much about it, you know? Like for me, there are very specific combinations of greens that go together. I have like 6 options or like 8 options of green combinations that I use, and anything more then I don't have to think. So it's like, all right, well, I obviously already know that I only have 6 combinations or 8 combinations I can use. How do I want to place these combinations? You know, it simplifies it for me, honestly. Plus you can get those really fine points, and it makes it very easy to use. Let's do purple on this larger cup. Mine is a 24 cardboard pack. Really? The big ones overwhelm me? Yes, they travel well in a small case. So I don't know if you can see. Do I have anything of you? No, okay. So here, let's go full screen for a second, mostly because I don't want to move it because it's got pencils all over it. Okay, there's Steve's desk over there. All right, you see this here? This is a disaster here. But when I don't have them spread all over my desk, it's a roll-up case. So these actually, I use this one only for the Ergosoft because I think you can fit 50 in this. This was made by a Hum for Hope. She actually doesn't make as many of the pencil roll-ups anymore. She makes the like book covers or whatever they are. But anyway, you can find, if she has any, it's gonna be a Hum for Hope. But I use them in my case because they're like a travel thing. Many choices, and I'm colorblind, so it's already hard. Oh, Ams, I didn't know you were colorblind. Yeah, I can imagine that would make it a little difficult. Yeah, they travel so easy, and they're not so fragile that if you drop them, like the core is completely shattered. I mean, they are soft, but, and again, I'll go into them more on the thing, but actually this white coating is part of the process. I don't know if you can see. You see how there's a white coating aside from the wood? That's part of the process that keeps these so that they don't break all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have pencils that break, but of roll-up cases, I have a couple myself, and hard ones, yes. So I have mostly zip-up cases, but this is my one roll-up case, and I really like it. I tried to make my own roll-up case for the Black Widows, but honestly, I think it was just too big, and the elastic like kind of cinched the fabric. I don't know, it was way complicated. I don't relish the idea of making a pencil roll anymore, and it makes me like appreciate those that do, because they are a pain to make for sure. Okay, a little bit more purple here, but darker on the edges. Yes, purple number 6, correct. I see the difference in basic color, but the shades are hard. Oh yeah, definitely, I can imagine. Like peacock versus robin's egg and such. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Well, you know, in that case, that's when a smaller set might be good because there's not as much variation. Now, granted, these two blues are incredibly similar, and forgive that they're grubby. I use these all the time. But here's the funny thing. You have number 30 and 37, and the barrel of this one is lighter and the barrel of this one is darker. So you would assume that this is the dark one, but it's actually not. When you color them next to each other, 37 is actually slightly lighter than number 30. So that's a little bit misleading. But some of them are subtle, but for the most part, a smaller set does the trick, you know? Okay, this is so hilarious. I have my little sharpener sitting here. I went to get a drink of water and I literally grabbed my sharpener. I was trying to drink my sharpener. Hi, Renee. Guys, you know, I'm smart like that. All right, so now we're gonna grab number 62. It's the light purple. Obviously that's just like a little bit of a gradient, but I want there to be a little bit more of a difference. So we're actually gonna be using a blue to help shadow the corner. So we're gonna bring in a little bit more of this purple and then add some blue on top of that. Swatching will make a big difference when I try today. Oh yeah, swatching definitely helps. Lurking, talking to your mom, sounds good. All right, let's grab number 3. Number 3. We're gonna add a little bit of blue on the bottom. So I got out some of my old camera equipment, and this afternoon I'm gonna try and figure out to see if I can do a new way to mount my camera so I don't have to use the tripod anymore. I would have poles on either side. I was watching Sarah Renee Clark's stream And she had a face cam, obviously. Now I'm not gonna do a face cam, but she was able to have her above camera, and yet her face cam on her was unimpeded. And so I really like that. So I'm gonna try and see if I can rig a way to do that mine, and I'll be able to zoom out further too. So we'll see, we'll see. I have lots of plans, and it's hard to not be able to do them all at once. You know, I've got stuff with the kids, I've got my other job, I got household stuff, and it's like, I just want to squeeze in just a little bit more time in the day. Is that a thing? Can I do that? Anybody else know how to do that yet? Just, you know, shove a few more hours in the day. That's a thing, right? Okay, so I think I'll probably do this blue because I don't want to do orange. I try to do a little bit of every color, but because I've got this kind of pink brown background and pink here and red here, I'm afraid that if I did this orange, it would clash a little bit. So I think we're gonna go with blue, and then we'll start doing some stuff up here. We also need to do these pencils too, but we'll do those multicolors as well. All right, so number 3. Numero 3. Yes, you don't sleep. Boom, sleep. Boom, more hours. There you go. Like magic. I like it, Lucy. I like this solution. So that's what coffee's for, right? Jamie, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, I apologize. Hello, Jamie. So just say you got Everblends from Amazon. I can't find the brush nib ones on there. She might have been Arteza. Let's check Arteza. See if they are on sale on Arteza. Let's see. Just type in the word brush nib. Well, they're not on sale currently on the Arteza website, so yeah, maybe she's right, Amazon. I'm not sure. All right, so 37. Lightly over there, and let's use a little bit of purple. Arteza won't ship to Canada. Okay, so we're gonna use the purple here. There we go. Okay, so then let's use the brown again, number 76 for the ruler. Could be a metal ruler, I suppose, but in my head, it's wood. And I usually go with my first impression. Do my housework late at night, can my daytime stuff. I like that. Okay, 49. Okay, and I want to lighten it a little bit, so we're just gonna take the white, the Prismacolor white. I always keep a Prismacolor white on hand. I usually get a little box of them. Like I've got like 8 of them sitting in here in my little pencil caddy. All right, so let's grab our red. Yeah, number 29. Okay, and then number 25, wherever, yeah, that's it. Itty bitty tiny little 25. Okay, now I'm okay with doing a small orange pencil here. Old school ruler, exactly. Just because it's small. Okay, that was number 24. Now we're gonna use number 43. Okay, then let's do a green pencil. We're gonna grab number 52. Okay, and then we're gonna grab number 56. It's kind of like a yellow green. Okay, then over here, let's do actually grab the black. Number 9. A little tiny black pencil. And number 80. Okay, let's grab number 73. Just a little bit of brown on the tip. It says brush tip, maybe I got the wrong thing, but I don't have any alcohol markers. The 36 skin tone and tropical. No, that sounds right. That sounds right. Well, let's see real quick. Amazon. Let's type in Arteza brush nib. It looks like the brush tone ones are on Amazon. So there's the tropical ones, and then, oh yeah, they've got them listed. So type in, well, here. Sorry, Shannon, I know I'm doing it again, but I have it up right here. Okay. There we go. That's the tropical ones. And then if you look down at the bottom where, like, if you're gonna select a different color, then they have the grayscale and the portrait. And yeah, it looks like the portrait, oh, and there's promotions for it and everything, yeah. Now, granted, I usually say go ahead and purchase on Arteza, but if it's on sale, and I usually say purchase Arteza just because their customer service is just flipping amazing. But it's hard to beat it if it's on sale on Amazon and not on Arteza. Okay, number 23. Sorry, Shannon. I just had it right there. I'm sorry. I love you, Shannon. Shannon gonna yell at me. Okay. A little bit there. No kidding, like every time I looked at this, I always saw this as being a red ribbon. Like that was no question in my mind. Yeah, because technically the Everblender also the bullet and the chisel tip. Let me keep the bad Arteza set with the duplicate pan and 7-year replacement. Oh, nice. Oh, awesome, Marie. Yes, I have that one. The skin tone set was actually the first one that I got in the, sorry, I just got distracted. New York Times sends me, like, I get like snippets of their articles, and I just got an email, and like the title of this email was, "What if mosquitoes can't see you?" And it's like, wait, what? Obscure article from New York Times. Thanks. That's my big concern in life right now, whether or not mosquitoes could see me. Mosquitoes are just the bane of anybody's existence. But sorry, it distracted me. All right, so there's that. I'm not doing it on the middle one just because I'm just trying to show a little variation in the colors. So that's why I'm leaving some of that white, and then we're going to use the pink as well. All right, number 25. No yelling. Okay. I try to go up, but if I can save $30, I can't help. Oh, right? Yeah. I mean, because Amazon's not bad. Usually, like for instance, I ordered, using number 25, I ordered little Emily some new shoes for school. And I think honestly, our mailman at our new place is just fairly unreliable. It says they were delivered, but I ain't got no shoes. So I was able to call Amazon, or not call, but I messaged them and I was just like, look, it says it's delivered, it's not here. My mailman is insane. I don't have any shoes. And so they actually refunded it, and we're gonna get her another pair of shoes and reorder them. You gotta love the mail system sometimes, which is why whenever I have sticker orders that go out, I just take it directly to the post office, because we've tried, I'm using number 61 right now. We've tried putting them in the outgoing mail here, but so far since we moved here, I had one order not show up, and that is just the worst. I always feel so bad if someone messages and be like, so it never showed up, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So yeah, so now that I have learned that our mail carrier is mildly unreliable, I just take everything directly to the post office. I'm an addict. Oh, for that, yeah. I'm an addict. I'm right there with you. You're in good company, Hams. It did suck though, because I wanted her to have those shoes for the beginning. Not like she doesn't have shoes, but you know, everybody wants something new when they start school. Okay, now we're gonna do blue. So let's grab number 3. Numero tres. Actually, who am I kidding? There's not a whole lot in Spanish that I know. Anything that I remember from Spanish from high school is honestly what I learned from watching Encino Man. ¿Dónde está el baño? Where is the bathroom? Actually, if I'm looking at something in Spanish, I can generally, because a lot of the words are kind of similar, I can generally kind of muddle my way through and I get the gist of what they're trying to say. Maybe not the exact words, but I can kind of figure it out. A lot of times though, if like I get YouTube comments that are in a different language, I just pop it into Google Translate, type up my reply, and then send it back and just hope that it's not too wrong. You know, I don't want to tell them, thank you for your comment. You know, here's the answer to your question. Rather than, why are you commenting? I like Cheetos. Like, who knows? With Google Translate, that could be what I'm accidentally saying. You can help with Spanish? Okay, good. Although, granted, since Cheetos is a title, Cheetos in Spanish would probably just be Cheetos because it's a name. All right, number 37. I took some sign language in college, so I know some of that. Okay, let's do green for this ribbon. Number 5, we're gonna pop this one in the pencil extender. Well, and the reason, like, it's funny because if you translate something in Google Translate and then, like, say you wanna, for instance, on occasion we need to translate stuff into Korean. And so we'll run it through the translator in Korean and get it to come out Korean. Well, if you take what Google Translate gave you, like say you want to say, it's been rainy today, and you run it through Google Translate in Korean, and then you take what they gave you as the translation and then run it back into English, and it makes like no sense. Chetos, okay, with the emphasis on the E. But yeah, it just makes you wonder, like, what am I actually saying? Like, I hope it's nothing too offensive. Number 5. I took Spanish in high school, but you know, it was high school. I did not pay attention. All right, so number 76, gonna give it a quick sharpen because I wanna do kind of, not wood grain per se, but I don't wanna have it be completely smooth. We're gonna turn this on its side. There we go, okay. And we're gonna do some flicks. So think kind of how you flick when you're doing hair. Yeah, Saturday's gonna be so much fun. It is gonna be such a busy day. I don't think I have ever streamed so much in one day, and none of it's even directly on my channel. But that's why it's gonna be so much fun. It's so fun to do like different things, the different challenges, go on different channels. After watching 90 Day Fiancé, I don't trust Google Translate. I've only seen that a couple times. It was so cringy, I couldn't do it. But what do they do for 90 Day Fiancé? Like, is it just so off and terrible, like the translations? There we go. A little bit under here. And we're gonna use a different color because obviously it's gonna be a little bit more shadowed where the ribbon is hanging. I am so excited to finish this page today. I think it's gonna look so cool when it's done. I mean, like I said, like going back, when you have a work in progress that you have long since abandoned and you go back and finish it, it almost seems more satisfying than if you had done the page all in one sitting. And I think it's mostly because when I set a page aside and don't come back to it, the odds of me coming back to it are so slim. So when I actually finish a work in progress that got abandoned many eons ago, I almost feel just a little bit more accomplishment than I would normally. Okay, so that was number 76. And then we're going to go with number 49. Oh, thanks, Marie. We're gonna add 49 and then we're going to add a few more colors to this. I'm thinking a magenta would be good. We still need to do the scissors, but we'll get this wood done and out of the way first. I don't know, it doesn't have to be wood. It could be a blue shelf. Usually what I see in my mind's eye is what I color it as. Okay, we got this. Okay, so this is getting to the point where I might almost be done with this particular pencil and I'll get a replacement for it. Oof, but it's super sharp. When I can no longer sharpen it in the handheld sharpener, that's when I have to trade it out. They have like a phone app, and listening to a robot voice say I love you and I want to marry you is so awful. It gets a bit lost in translation. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm in my she shed watching this and trying to decide how to color in the circles on the swatch sheet. So hubby is in the house putting together a 3,000 piece Star Wars Lego. Nice, Miss Rena. That is dedication right there. All right. I don't actually recall what number red this is. I believe, hang on. I believe it's like the red, like the darkest red in the set. But I have long since sharpened away the color name. So pick a red, any red. So we're just adding that on top with the little flicks, just making it part of the wood color. All right, now let's grab our dark purple. Okay, this is number 6. And we're gonna use this under the ribbon here. Like I said, there'd be a little bit more shadow under these things that are being held up. Okay, same thing with the scissors. There'll be a little bit more. And here as well. Here we go, I like that. Joe. All right, 3,000 is impressive. Okay, a little bit of that purple under here. My only thing about doing pencils, like, or not pencils, puzzles that are more like 1,000 pieces is like how much it has to like sit on it. Like, unless I have a dedicated spot for puzzles, you know, it's just gonna be like sitting there until you're done. And it's just like kind of in the way. All right, we need to do the scissors. So let's do purple for the handles as kind of like a balance of color. Joe, what is the biggest size puzzle you've ever done? There was this girl on YouTube. I wish I could remember the name of her channel, but apparently there's a whole community of puzzlers on YouTube. But she did this massive, like, world record size puzzle, and it had her doing it in like sections, and then she like hung them all up on her wall in sections. It was just like, that would be intense. All right, number 62. There we go. All right, and then let's grab, we're gonna grab number 8 and number 80, the grays here, for these scissors. Okay. I'd be lucky if I could do a 30-piece puzzle. 3,292 to be exact. I figured he will get through 3, maybe 4 bags, and then he'll want me to finish it. Jigsaw puzzle, 5,000 pieces. Lego set, 10,000 pieces. Oh, that's intense, Joe. I don't like the puzzles. They're either too easy or frustrating, right? Biggest Star Wars Lego set, 9,300 pieces. Oh my gosh, Joe, that's intense. 80 here. I'm like those like little small like $7 boxes. I'm like, all right, there's 30 pieces. I'm good now. Joe is the Lego master. All right, number 6. Okay, and then let's use number 8 again. Oh, we still have these 2 pencils over here we need to color. Okay, number 80. Joe. Yeah, that's patience for sure. That's the big winning thing here. Ooh. And this coming from someone who still hasn't finished her one and only diamond painting. Let's do blue here, but let's do like a bright blue. So we're gonna do number 37. I will finish it someday, but there just hasn't been any time on top of all the other things that I need / want to get done. Okay, let's do number 49. Doing a small owl with Legos. Hey, those Legos can be hard. So just a little wood pencil here. And then let's do a tiny little pink eraser. Where is 25? The shorter they get, the harder they are to find. Tiny little pink eraser. There we go. All right, and then we've got, because we are gonna put some gel pen on these, but we've got these to do up here. So let's start with a green envelope. Hi, Carol. green envelope, and we're gonna start with number 5. Let's do this one here. Let's go a little bit darker under the flap. And I like to do variations in colors, you know, dark versus light, just so that it gives it more depth rather than just one flat color. If you're ever wanting to figure out how to give your page more life, that is one way to do it. And doing something in monotone is a great way to practice that, because it forces you to practice your different values of the color, which we will go into more detail on our Let's Talk segment of color theory. Oh, I'm so looking forward to these. It's gonna be so much fun. Tanya, hi Tanya, what did you have for breakfast? Number 56. Inquiring minds want to know. Sip of water here. Sounds good, Lucy. Thank you for being here. Hi, Mary. Hello, hello. All right, now we're gonna grab number 61 here. Pop this out of the pencil extender. Pop this one in. Probably do this Stampin' gel pen because we're gonna add a little bit of gel pen on top for like the writing on the envelope and everything. Okay, and then let's do a yellow envelope. We're gonna start with number 11. Ham and cheese omelet with Red Lobster biscuits. Holy heck, I was actually gonna make some Red Lobster biscuits the other night, and then I realized we were out of cheese. It was a sad day. A day where you run out of cheese is an incredibly sad day. I think everyone can agree that. Unless you're lactose intolerant, then maybe not. Okay, number 11. Oh, a little bit of thunder outside. Number 11. Either that or all the neighbors are putting out their garbage cans at the same time. Okay, then number 10. And I think we're gonna do a blue bottle for this one so it stands out. So we already have quite a bit of purple. So let's grab number 30. And let's do pink for the label. Was a Red Lobster biscuit. So in the States, in the US, there is a restaurant called Red Lobster. It's generally kind of like a seafood restaurant, but just like a lot of restaurants serve bread, they have their very specific kind of biscuits, and they're sort of like cheddar biscuits, and not biscuits like cookie biscuits. It's a savory biscuit, but it's usually got like a garlic butter on top, and it's got like cheddar cheese in the middle, and it's soft and fluffy, and you just eat it, and then you eat like 10 of them, and then you think, maybe I shouldn't have eaten 10 of them, and then you go, who am I kidding? Of course I should have eaten 10 of them because they're flippin' delicious, and I'd like 10 more. That's basically the thought process you go through. Yes, exactly what Mary said. That Falcon is slated to retire at the end of 2022. Don't put it off too long. Oh wait, what's Miss Rena got? Oh, Republic Gunship that is just released. Ah, gotcha. Okay, let's do kind of a gray one here. So number 8. Sure, I've got kind of like a light area on it. And then number 80. Okay. And then for the last bottle, let's do what color? Let's do another blue one. Let's do another blue one, but let's get a different color blue. Let's do 63. Slightly different kind of shade of blue. It's lighter in the middle. darker on the edges. All right, time to bust out with the gel pen on this. So places for gel pen are going to be this envelope, that little piece on the scissors, the string, and the needle. So we need, this picture makes me happy. I love it. Makes me want to color with my Ergosofts. You should, Carol. They're so much fun. I love my Ergosofts. You eat the biscuits and then you take the rest of your food home because all you manage to eat is salad and biscuits, right? That's exactly what it is. All right, so we're gonna need the pink for the pink thread. Here we go, pink. I wanna do green and I wanna do blue for the stamp, and then we need purple for that little bit on there. Okay, so, you still in frame? Yes. All right, so let's do green for the letters. Whenever I do like what's supposed to be like green ink, I always think of like Harry Potter's letter from Hogwarts because it had like green ink. I've had a box of those Red Lobster biscuits. They're awesome. I love going to the restaurant, stuffing my face with their biscuits, right? Kids are new to me. Sounds good, Alex. Thanks for being here. Red Lobster clam chowder. Oh, it's so good. Okay, then we're gonna do blue for the stamp. Okay, so a little bit there. Could do a little bit of purple. Purple here. There we go. Okay. Then we are going to do silver. So are we still in frame? Yes. Silver for the sewing needle. Okay. Then we're gonna get our pink. 2 backup sets, right? And that is the thread. There we go. All right, folks, we have 1 spot left. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. I guess we've been going almost 2 hours, but we're gonna finish. So I don't think anybody's on until 3 p.m. That's around the time the kids get out of school, so I unfortunately won't be there. But we're just gonna keep going until we finish this. All we have left is this section. We are almost done, folks. All right, so I already decided I want to do a blue background for that. So we're gonna do the background first. And we are going to start with number 63. I'm actually gonna turn it on its side. No, I'm gonna turn it on this side because I don't want my hand to go over the gel pen that we just did. So here we go. All right. So number 63 is what we're starting with. Yeah, we're not going anywhere until we finish this today. I'm excited to get this one posted. I think it's gonna look real nice. It's thunder rumbling in the distance. But we've had like thunder lately, but like there's no rain that follows. It's just, you know, your weather's a little cranky. Plus our neighbor also has a motorcycle, so sometimes I have to figure out if it's just him revving his engine or if it's actually the weather. Parents try and tell me that Campbell's clam chowder soup is the same as Red Lobster's. I'm like, no, I don't think so, right? Ah, that's fair, Brandy, that's fair. But see, I'm a fisherman's daughter, so I grew up eating fish. So yeah, I like seafood. But consequently, I'm also very picky about my seafood. It's actually really nice. So, you know, my dad was a commercial fisherman and my grandmother owned a tackle shop at the dock where all the boats were docked. So a lot of times dad brought in the catch, and grandma would sell a lot of it in her shop, but also she made fresh fish and chips there. So it's like straight off the boat. Fish and chips, like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, she's since passed and somebody else owns the shop now, so I couldn't tell you if it's the same, but good childhood memories. The funny thing is actually my sister can't stand seafood now because we ate it so much as kids. But I'm telling you, like Dad would go albacore fishing, like up in Alaska, and he'd come back, like, and my mom would can the tuna, and so I'm used to like fresh, home canned tuna fish rather than, you know, like sun-kissed. Coast to BC, very picky about seafood, right? Exactly. I'm hangry, thanks guys. Okay, I know I'm turning a lot, I apologize, but I just need my hand to be comfortable here. The funny thing is I can't hardly handle being on boats. Like, there were a couple summers where Dad had me come out on the boat with him, just, you know, summer job, whatever, and I just couldn't handle it. I'd spend the whole day just down in the cabin, and I could not handle the movement of the ocean. I was usually good for like the first 30 minutes or whatever. And I've seen a few pretty awesome things. Like they caught a stingray once that they re-released. We had a pod of dolphins swimming next to the boat. That was really cool. Caught a baby octopus. That was usually when we were fishing up the nets, or, you know, if we were doing long lining or whatever. Crab pots, they usually found interesting thing in crab pots, but yeah, it was a fun experience while I could stand on my own 2 feet. Oh, nice, Brandy. Okay, gonna turn it this way. I know I'm moving it a lot, I'm so sorry. All right, number 37. So yeah, fishing on the open seas was not a summer job I could do. Lived in Cancun almost 5 years, love me some good seafood. Oh, that's awesome. My parents have been to Cancun. I have not, but that was also ages ago when they went. Okay, gonna get a little darker on the edge here. Kind of going over that darker blue we put already. Just want to make sure that the edge of it is darker than the inside. But Dad's told me a lot of his diving stories, because he was so like urchin diving, what you do is you go down and you have this like prong tool where it fits on your arm, and you've got these 2 poles that kind of curve at the end so they can get the urchins up off the rocks. But there have been times where he was doing his diving for sea urchins, and there have been like sharks in the water. Obviously they got up out of the water, but he has seen great whites like directly in the ocean. Like, he's got some good stories. I went on a sailboat, my face went green. I could tell because all the colors in my cheeks, a little bit through my eyes. Yeah, I can't handle it. Nighttime paddleboard and a prawn jumped on my board. Oh, that's awesome. Aw, thanks, Stella. Hi, Hannah. Welcome, welcome. And for those of you that are in the UK and this daytime time is better, stay tuned for next week, because I'm going to be doing a stream every day next week, and it's going to be 8 a.m. US Central Time. So that will be 2 p.m. UK time, but we're going to be every day, Sunday through Saturday, just for that week. And then we'll go back to Monday and Friday evening Central Time, and then we'll keep with Wednesdays at 10 a.m. But next week is going to be, stream will be every morning at 8 a.m. But it's just for a week. Just for a week. Mom was born and raised in Savannah, Georgia. Love the seafood there, right? I got so sick, the person who took us on the boat said they've never seen someone actually turn green. Oh no, that's awful. Okay, got our little blue background there. So like I said, it's just something kind of light. And in fact, if we wanted to smooth it out, let's sharpen our white here. Okay. Because at the end of that week, Saturday, the last morning stream, that Saturday, our first episode of the Let's Talk segment will go live on that Saturday. Oddly enough, the same time that I go live. So you guys can watch it all later. Maybe I'll schedule that one to go live like after I'm done live. I don't know. Either way, it'll be that Saturday. Go. Awesome, Hannah. Okay, so we smoothed that out. Let's do these dishes now, shall we? Let's see. Let's do Okay, let's do number 23. Emily, do you cut out pages out of the book? Not always. This one we did. This was from World of Flowers. I haven't cut any out of the book. So if it's a book that Johanna sends me that is signed, I try not to cut them out of the book, like this one here. So this is the one that she sent me when the book got released. Oop. So I haven't cut out any of these pages, but because of how I use my tripod, it's easier for me to cut them out of the book. But because she sent me this one, I don't like to. But generally, as a rule, I do, because it's just easier to turn it and work with it. We'll have a nana nap in the day to stay up. Oh, sounds good, Marie. Looking forward to joining you as much as I can. I've managed to almost keep up with you today. Oh, awesome, Jeanette. I'm so glad. I know sometimes it's really hard to follow like a live just because I'm choosing. In my head, I've already got the color chosen, but you have to wait for me to say what color it is that I'm using, you know? But, yeah, so if it's not a book that was, you know, sent like that, then I generally,
so excited for your new content.
Lisa,
good luck next week.
Thank you. Can we get some hypes in chat for Lisa? Exclamation point hype. Or if you remember, you can use those handy dandy emotes. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you. I'm really excited for the new content too. Honestly, I've been planning it out for a little while. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just realized I never colored this bowl last night. Guys, we're gonna have to color that bowl. I finished it last night thinking, oh good, I'm all done, I'm all cut up, because I colored these and I moved on to the background. I never colored this bowl last night. We got a bowl to color, folks. All right, let's do these dishes and then the bowl. But yeah, I'm so excited about it. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's a little bit different than what we've been doing before, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And there are so many things we're gonna talk about. I am gonna go over every pencil set, every marker set I have. We're gonna talk about techniques, we're gonna go over books, we're gonna have interviews, like, it's gonna be content galore. I am so excited for it. All right, number 23. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't color that bowl last night. That is literally, I've been looking at this page, and that is literally the first time I noticed I had not colored that bowl yet. Oh my gosh, I would have been like, oh, we're all finished, and go to take my final picture and be like, oh my God, I never colored the bowl. Oh my gosh. My brain sometimes. I don't know, you know, yesterday with it being the first day with the kids in school, I just felt like I was just processing a lot yesterday. Like I really just didn't talk much at all yesterday. I was kind of keeping to myself, and I took a nap at one point because we were up at like 5:30. Thought it was just white. Nope, I straight up forgot. It is completely uncolored. But yeah, I was just processing a lot yesterday, and so I was just kind of doing my own thing, and yep, totally space coloring that bowl. That's hilarious. It's completely unintentional. It's all right. It's all right. We'll color it as soon as we're done with these dishes. Okay, and then let's do, where's that? Here we go. There is a lot going on, Lisa. That is true. Number 43. I've had at least like 3 work messages come in while we've been doing this. So it's like I'm gonna finish up to go answer the work emails, and then yeah, there's a lot to do. You know, I thought I was gonna have like a bunch of time on my hands when the kids were in school, but I've been able to fill it pretty well. All right, number 23, which is probably good because then I don't have like the time to sit and be sad that they're in school. You're like, oh, it's too quiet in here. I miss them. Which it is too quiet, and I do miss them. All right, let's use number 38. 38. And turn. Yeah, I'm really excited for the upcoming content, the future of the channel. I feel like we're about to hit a really fun stride of content creation here. Okay, we're gonna do it the same color down here. Because I didn't want them to be like just review videos of pencils, because we have, there's lots of that, and so many people put out so many great reviews. Obviously you have Color with Claire, Corey puts out a ton of great stuff, so I was just like, we have reviews, like we have access to reviews. And so what I want to do, number 50 now, what I want to do is like go more in depth about it. So it's just like whenever we talk about a pencil, I want to go into the history about it a little bit, like how long have they been, you know, have they been out, you know, and I want to email the companies, see what other information I can find out about things. Like I want to do, you know, research on them and, you know, report on them, pretend like I'm doing a report for school. Could I go back to homeschooling? I could, actually, and I seriously thought about it, number 56. And honestly, I think we'll see how the year plays out. But I will say it's one thing different, online schooling versus homeschooling, because the school was sending home the curriculum. So if I choose to do homeschool, that's something I'm gonna need to create for us to do. And that's a whole other thing. Not saying I wouldn't do it. My mom homeschooled us when we were kids. I'm gonna do kind of silverish color here. But it would be a whole different thing, because then you need to go through all the legalities of it, of making sure your kids are registered with homeschooling. There's the testing that you have to implement, but depending on how Delta plays out, and if school, you know, if Delta plays out to be really bad and the school doesn't offer online learning, it's not out of, I have not pushed it out of my head as an impossibility. So it just kind of, we're waiting to see how everything plays out. Number 80, part of the reason that I chose not to homeschool is because the kids are young enough and they have been home for a year and a half. They have not had a whole lot of social interaction. And part of growing up is figuring out how to handle problems away from your parents. I'd be lying if I said I have a hard time stepping back and not stepping in to help them when they have a solution. So I don't know, we'll have to see. K-12 was awesome, yeah. I think I've heard of that. My mom, when she did homeschooling with us, we did the Abeka book system, number 61. So, and I could do it, I would definitely have to take a step back on all of my other commitments at the moment, which again, wouldn't be a problem, just because like my kids are number one. Like first and foremost, I wanna make sure that they are happy, healthy, taken care of, educated, all of that. But if I feel like school is no longer safe virus-wise, then yeah, there's a very real possibility that I'll pull them out. My parents said if I was in school these days, I wouldn't be going back. They would find a way to homeschool me. Yeah, and that's definitely very strongly in my mind. I did K-12 with my youngest since he was grade 5 till 12. Oh, that's awesome. Number 25. Were you in any kind of like homeschool? Can't talk, words are hard, exclamation point words. Did you do any kind of like homeschool co-op or anything so that they had that social interaction with other kids? Because that's the biggest thing, is like education wise, the kids are actually doing really well and they're super smart, but it's the social aspect of it that they need, I need them to make sure that they experience. Oh, awesome, Patriot Gallon, hello, welcome. Number 2. In fact, the night before the kids went back to school, I definitely, I may or may not have been researching homeschooling laws in Texas. Number 42, it's definitely something that has lingered a lot in the back of my mind. Number 6, K-12 has programs so they have clubs and stuff and outings for all the kids. Oh, that's awesome, I like that. I'm assuming there's a cost for the curriculum? Or is there not? Number 6. Okay, and then number 37. Okay, and then number 38. Oh, well, I'm so glad. Well, welcome. I love my lurkers. Number 38. Okay, number 50. Hi, Iselina. Whole mess of paperwork and waiting, yeah. In my case, it was a lot of super late nights and crying to do the work. Both me and my hubby have to work and we couldn't do it during the day. Yeah, that's so hard. It's so hard. home the fact that I am not a teacher, right? If it wasn't for Steve being home last year, like he did a lot of the hard work for schooling them at home, a lot of the hard work. I'm using number 3 now. So I have to credit Steve with the success that we had last year. Oh, right, Ams? Like, and who would have ever thought that in our lifetime, we would have had to deal with something like this? I mean, you know, when polio came around, you know, they had a vaccine for that, but that was something that happened. But it's been a very long time since we've been in this kind of position. So it's hard to fathom and understand how it is we're going to handle all these situations. Oh, thanks, Angela. For now, we're going to keep things status quo. The kids seem happy. And the nice thing is the teachers at our school are very receptive to my input. Like, they don't like roll their eyes when we want to text them or ask questions. And, you know, I asked all the questions about classroom safety and they answered and all of that. So they are open to me needing to feel secure in my children's schooling. Number 23 now. They are open to that. So like yesterday, little Steve lost his lunchbox. And so I had called his teacher, and she and I are friends anyway. So we had a nice little chat, and we located his lunchbox and we were all good to go. But it's just like, it was that kind of openness to it. And so it's just like, this is good, you know, so they're not just shutting me down right away. You know what I mean? Last year, I literally had to email the kid's math teacher, can you teach me this so I can teach her? Oh my gosh, I love it, Ams. Let's see, so I'm gonna use the pink sparkle pot. Because like, for instance, little Emily came home yesterday and she was telling me how they didn't have a pencil sharpener in their classroom. So I messaged her teacher and I was just like, hey, she said you guys didn't have a pencil sharpener. Is that something like, would you, can I donate one to the classroom, or what's the plan? Well, apparently the pencil sharpener had gotten broken during summer school, and by the end of the day it had already been replaced. But it was that kind of openness that she like, messaged me back right away, and we're like, oh yeah, we've got one now. And then, but she appreciated the fact that I offered to purchase a pencil sharpener for the school, you know? My kids begged to go back. My 10-year-old said she'd go back in an astronaut suit if she had to. My son would rather stay home forever. I love it. And that's the thing too, is we're using number 61. I was homeschooled as a kid. In 4th grade, I distinctly remember like begging my mother to let me go back to school because I just did not have the friends and the social experiences that I wanted. So that also sticks in my mind, because I significantly, I didn't hate being homeschooled, but what I did dislike was being disconnected from all of my friends. And so she sent me back after that. I love the school we are in, but dealing with the greater school system is killing us. We'll make it work, but I still have a problem to deal with. Yeah, it's so hard. It is so hard. Number 43. It's just like all these things, when you have kids, people talk all the time about the pregnancy portion and, the newborn stage and getting the sleep and everything. But what you don't hear talked about a lot is as they start to get older and problems start to become more complicated, and, the PTO and dealing with, everything else. And it's just like, oh, this is mildly complicated. Let's see, number 76. Right? None of it was in the manual. Absolutely not. The one they gave me at the hospital just told me how to like change a diaper. They forgot to mention when they get older and how complicated things get. Number 1, and that was number 76, that brown. Ew, why did I do that combination? I don't like that combination. We're gonna fix that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a white and we're gonna tone down that yellow just a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Time is it anyway? 12:07, we're still doing okay. We are gonna finish this page today. We are finishing it, and there's no ifs, ands, buts, or coconuts. That made no sense. Don't listen to me. The older and now complicated kid stuff is harder than the pregnancy newborn stuff, right? Babies were easy, man. Yeah, sure, they didn't sleep at night and you were exhausted and delirious half the time, but their problems were simple. Do they have a clean diaper? Are they hungry? Are they cold? Are they too hot? Do they want to be held? It's just like, it's the 5 things. Now things are so much more complicated. One of the hardest jobs is being a parent. It absolutely is. You find yourself second guessing yourself all the time. All the time. All right, number 24. Okay, then let's grab 25. My former neighbor homeschooled her kids, and her kids are having real issues dealing with real life situations relating to work and socializing. That's exactly it. My kids are great with educational stuff, but they are missing out on life skills they learn being away from us. And that's an important part of growing up. I mean, for instance, you know, the way little Emily dealt with the kids being mean. She would have never experienced that had she been home, and she had an opportunity to show her strength of character by helping the kid that was getting picked on, you know? Not anything she would have been able to, you know, practice in real life at school. Or, at home. Yeah, exactly. 5 simple things. Number 62, that was number 6, that other purple. Okay, and then for this bottom one, let's do yellow. Number 11. It's like looking back, yeah, babies were exhausting, but their problems were simple. Except for potty training. Potty training, kind of hard. I know, right, Marie? Can I just keep them little forever? Number 10, you know, just scoop them up and give them a little hug and be like, okay, you don't grow anymore, right? You just, you know, call it good. Okay, we're using number 6 real quick. I just want to add a little bit of shadow on the bottom of the plate. There we go. It's hard to find, oh no, wait, hard is homework, room changes, teacher styling meshes with kid learning style, and modern math. Oh my gosh, I sucked at math when I was learning math. Like I don't do the math. I have Steve teach them the math. It's hard to find the balance from wanting to protect them for everything and letting them figure out themselves. Oh, D, that could not be, that is so beyond true. Like, absolutely. Absolutely. That is something I fight all the time, because as a mother, I never want to see my children struggle or be sad or anything. It's just like, if I could just fix all your problems, do all the band-aids for everything, you know, that is my instinct. That is what I want to do. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes they have to fall down and sometimes they have to learn to pick themselves back up. It's hard and it sucks so much, but it's the truth. All right, number 3. I mean, that's really the only way that they can learn. Now we're gonna go over these dots because we're just gonna use gel pen on them. I think there are pros and cons to homeschooling. My former neighbors did it wrong. She didn't have them interact with other kids. Yeah, so if I were to do homeschooling, I would most definitely need to join like a co-op, because after having them home for the last 1.5 years, I can see that the thing they needed the most was the social interactions. Again, this isn't me like bragging on my kids at all, but the fact of the matter is my kids are incredibly intelligent when it comes to school. That stuff they have down. But it's the social aspects of it and just the general learning to handle things, learning to interact with other kids, that is what they need to learn. Yeah, agreed. You need to get involved in the community. Sports a co-op that does field trips. Exactly. Yeah, there's this place that we went to here in town, and when we were there, we saw there was a homeschooling co-op there, and the kids were going on a field trip, and it's just like, oh, heck yeah. Like, that's exactly what they need. And I think when I was homeschooled, that was probably part of the reason I didn't like it, because we didn't have those. You know, most of the social interaction I got was when we went to church on the weekend, you know? Right? They need a manual. Cater to your individual kid that can tell the future, that will tell you the issues they will have growing up and tell you exactly what to do to handle them. That's a real thing, right? Right? Oh man, parenting is a trip, man. I'll say that much. The kids have really been wanting a hamster though. I told Steve that if for some reason lockdown happens again or school closes, I was just like, just to make it up to them, I'm like, we'll get him that hamster. Like, I'm sorry, I know this sucks. Here, have a new pet. I'm in a tiny East Texas town and they don't have a co-op here, so we didn't even look at it. My son is autistic and really needs the opportunity to grow socially. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I get that. Yeah, if you can't get the social anywhere else, you have to sometimes. Oh, wait a minute. OBS disconnected. Hold up. Are we good? Are we back? I think we're back. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sorry you're grounded. Since you'll be home all the time, here's a sponsorability. I'm back. Okay, thanks, Shannon. By the end, they're like Rugrats. I don't want to be a big people anymore, right? Yeah, it's been doing that lately. Hi, Evelyn. I'm not sure why it did that. It's just like OBS, just like, oh, I might need to look into that. And it's happened a few times. It's not the internet, because the internet's fine. All right, number 61. But I was just like, yeah, kids are a trip, man. But I remind myself all the time that when they get older and they move out, I'm gonna look back on this time and I'm probably gonna wish that, it's not that I don't appreciate this time, but I know that I will look back and I will miss this time. So more than anything, I try to not take this time for granted, despite, you know, if we have a frustrating day, I try to be in the moment as much as I can because, you know, if the last few years have taught me anything, they grow up really fast, and I'm gonna miss this when they are fully grown. We are getting used to the new space. Yeah, it's still a little surreal, but like, for instance, Steve and I drove by the old place yesterday just because we wanted to see if anybody new had moved in yet. And it's interesting because it still feels normal to drive to the old place. My kid's instruction manual would have been a very large book. Well, you know, and Lisa, I think a lot of it is, I spent before I had kids, I worked at a retirement home for a while, and I've, you know, experienced a lot of their stories and everything. And one of the big things was, you know, a lot of the common factor was appreciate what you have for now, you know, and it's gonna go so fast. It's gonna go so fast. And it feels like it's slow now, but it's like, we look back at, I'm using number 30, baby pictures of the kids, and it's just like, oh my gosh, where did the time go? You know? My 10-year-old asked me the other day, who was harder, her or brother? And I said, you're both hard in different ways. Oh, absolutely. So true. My 4-year-old is struggling now that her older brother is in school. She was so used to having him around every day. She cried this morning. He was leaving to school. Breaks my heart. Oh, Stephanie, that is so hard. But, you know, one of the things that I did with little Steve when he wasn't in school yet, and his older sister is I would take him out for like special like mommy son trips. And like, we don't do it as much now because he's in school, obviously, but this was more for him when, you know, we had alone time. I would take him, there was a restaurant here in town that he absolutely loved. And so, sister hasn't been there much, but this was a me and him thing. So we dropped her off at school and then we'd go have a special, you know, mommy son breakfast, and he really loved that. So making the time where the siblings were gone a special time for him definitely helped. Micah stopped going to sports outings in grade 10 when one of his best, oh, yeah, oh, God, you never want your kids to have to experience something like that. I'm so sorry he went through that, Renee. Yeah, I don't blame him. That's hard, especially when real life things come in and they just aren't sure. I'm using number 6 right now, by the way, how to process it. That's really hard. And you know that it's affecting them, but you can't do anything but have them sort through it, you know? Yeah, a little bit, Lisa. What did Tanya say? What's a space bow and where can I get one? They sound awesome. Wait, a space bow? Did I say a space bow? Did I misspeak? I don't know. My son thrived when sister went to school because he got alone time. Yeah, he loved having the one-on-one time. Like, he absolutely loved it. Okay, number 6. Right, Marie? Oh, break my heart. No, make him stop growing. I just, you know, want him to be my baby forever. Oh, Angela's comment? Oh, hang on, let me go up. Oh, space bow. See, but I interpreted the mistypes, but yes, that's hilarious. A space bow. That does sound awesome. I want one. All right, number 25. Maybe it's a bow that has the power to be shot in space. You know, like those underwater pens where you can write with them underwater, or like upside down. Or the space pens or something. They're special, like, underwater pens that still write. Maybe that's what a space bow is. Let's do green on these bands. So let's grab number 38. Number 38. we're gonna do this color green on the top part, and then let's grab our lighter green, number 52. 52. Okay. Slightly different color green. Okay. And we're gonna grab number 50. You meant to say, are you getting used to the space now? But it came out space bow. So Tanya was wondering what a space bow is. Very. You're good, Angela. You're good. Okay, 56. I understood. We're good. I auto-translated. Okay, so that's colored now, but I'm gonna get another color here, and we're gonna kind of get a little bit darker on this side. So let's use number 23. 23. Okay. 23. See, and this is why I colored a lot of this last night, because I knew it was going to take me a while to get the rest of this done. It's just so much small stuff. It doesn't look like it's much, but when you're really getting in on all of it, it can take a little while to get through it all. All right, now we need to do these little spots. Let's do pink, but we're going to use the Sparkle Pop. She's home alone. Dobby is free. I'm trying to feed the dog and trying to cut her nails. Ooh, you are brave. Brave, brave, brave. Hi, Melissa. Well, Melissa, we started at 10 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. today. So we have been live for 2.5 hours, 2.5. All right, so we're gonna use the pink Sparkle Pop. Pink Sparkle Pop. So yeah, today's was a little bit later. Next week, we'll be live every day at 8 a.m. And then after that, we'll be doing normal times. Will be 10 a.m. On Wednesdays. Because that works a little bit better with dropping the kids off at school and everything. Okay. All right. Before I zoom out, let me look at it, make sure I didn't miss anything. Wow. Chat. I think it's done. I think it's done. Doctor ended up being 40 minutes late. Oh, Melissa, I'm so sorry. Thanks, Marie. All right. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for the full effect? It's all done. It's all done. We're gonna zoom out. Okay. Ba-ba-da-da. Da. We finished it. Yay! Gosh, this page was huge. Huge, huge, huge. Hallelujah, it's done. I know, right? It only took us like 4 months to do it. I mean, sure, we had a break in between, but heck of a page, man. That was intense. I know I did some of it off stream, but that way you can see what I did, and those of you following along should be able to copy it, because, I mean, you've seen kind of how I blend with the Ergosofts and everything. Man, alive, that was a page. There's 7 parts to this page, and if I hadn't colored any offline, we probably would have had it 8 parts, like easy. Easy, easy. Easy peasy. But yeah. Woohoo! Okay, so here is our plan. We have finished this page now. Friday night, it's gonna be a Steve stream, and Steve is going to be coloring. Let's see, do I have my copy of it? Yes, here it is. Steve is gonna be coloring this page, which is my newest page available on Etsy. Type in exclamation point Etsy for that. But Steve is gonna be streaming on Friday. And then starting Sunday morning, 8 a.m., we are gonna be live every day from the 22nd to the 28th. The 28th will be the release of the first episode of our new segment, Let's Talk. So that one's gonna be pre-recorded, so you can watch that one at any time. So that'll be the first day. And then after that, all of our Wednesdays are gonna be moved to 10 a.m. I'm gonna make a whole post about this, so you don't need to write it down or remember it now. But after next week, Wednesdays are always gonna be, so starting on the 1st, Wednesdays will always be at 10 a.m. And on Saturdays, we'll still have our normal Monday, Friday. And then Saturdays in the morning will be when the next episode, so it'll be once a week when the next episode of the Let's Talk segments will be released. So I have the next 6 episodes planned out. We're gonna get them filming, get them up, get them ready. Yes. Oh, Tammy. Yeah. Okay, so Saturday at 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time, I will be over on Suzanne_WB's Instagram Live. Okay, so that's at 10 a.m., 4 p.m. UK time. And then in the afternoon at 4 p.m. my time, so U.S. Central Time, I will be over on Tammy's channel. There'll be a group of us and we're all gonna color with our non-dominant hand. The page that we are coloring is this one here. We're gonna be doing this page. Okay, so loads and loads of stuff coming up. And after spewing all that out, I know that so much, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a post about it and so everybody knows what's going on because we just have a lineup of a ton of things going on. So stick around for that. Super Steve stream will be our normal stream time at 8:30. At 8:30, that'll be our normal stream time. But yeah, I think that's everything. Gosh, there's so much coming up. I'm so excited. You guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna get sick of me. You're gonna see so much of me. You're gonna be like, oh gosh, she's live again, and I'll be like, yes, I'm gonna be in your sleep and in your dreams, and you're gonna think of me all the time because I'm always live. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Harry Potter Colorathon, but that's not until October. That's not until October. But yeah, we have got so much stuff coming up. It's gonna be so much fun. So with that, Catherine, thank you for your super chat. Evelyn, thank you for your super chat. And Lisa, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you all so much, especially when like it's just you're here, you're hanging out, you're supporting the channel. It's amazing. It makes it so I can bring all of these amazing episodes and streams and everything. And I just love it. And I love you all. You need to go take a pill of some sort. Maybe caffeine? Caffeine? I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited. This is going to be so super fun. So we'll see you all on Friday, okay? Kind of a wind down. We're going to hang out with Steve and then boom, into amazingness the next week. Oh, sounds good. Anyway, all right, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you Friday. Stay healthy. I need more caffeine, Shannon. More. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I'll see you in a couple of days. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.